Hey everyone, it's Tristan back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some lesser known tips and tricks for eBay sellers to become more successful in eBay and to make more money on eBay. And I've been doing eBay since 1999 basically, so I have several years of experience, and also I've been selling as well as buying occasionally on eBay. You know, I think I have some tips and tricks that you don't really hear very often that I think will help you become more successful on your eBay listings. So the first tip, well, the first two tips have to do with shipping, and the last tip I have is with regards to feedback. So let's talk about shipping for a bit. As an eBay seller, it's really good to offer free shipping to the buyers. The buyers psychologically will pay a little bit more for your item if you are offering free shipping. It's just something that buyers want these days. They just want free shipping. But if you're going to offer free shipping, I recommend you also offer another shipping option. That way, sometimes you could be compensated for shipping, even though you know you're going to ship out via a certain shipping method, such as priority mail. So for instance, there's a lot of items that need to go out priority mail versus first class mail because they're a little bit heavier than first class. As you probably know, USPS first class mail can only be up to 13 ounces. So there's really a lot of items that are heavier than 13 ounces, but not heavy enough to go another method, such as Parcel Select or FedEx or UPS. Certainly for big, huge, heavy items, I would probably look to FedEx Ground or UPS Ground. But as I said, there are a lot of items that are in the mid sort of weight that really need to go up priority mail, and it's just much more convenient to be able to drop those in a mailbox or take them to your post office or whatever, via priority mail. So let's say that you have an item that you've weighed and you've determined that it's going to ship priority mail no matter what. Well, don't just put free shipping and ship it out via priority mail. Put standard shipping for free and then list priority mail and charge for that, maybe $5.95 or $6.95 or whatever. There is a certain segment of buyers that will actually pay you to ship it priority mail, even if you were going to ship it priority mail anyway for free. So in other words, eBay allows you to have more than one shipping option in there. So if I'm going to ship something priority mail and I know that, and I still want to offer free shipping, I'll put standard shipping free, and then I'll also list priority mail shipping for maybe $6.95 or $5.95 or something like that, depending on the size and weight of the item. And a certain segment of my buyers will actually choose the priority mail option and pay for that. That way they're actually paying more for the item and compensating me to ship via priority mail. Now certainly a lot of them will just choose the standard shipping for free, and I'm still going to ship it priority mail. But what I do in that situation is when I ship it, I email them and saying, guess what? I've upgraded your shipping to priority mail for you totally for free. And so they're usually very happy about that, and certainly they're much more inclined to leave you glowing feedback in that case, because they're getting a free shipping upgrade in their mind. Now, if something is light enough to go via first class mail, I will send it first class mail because number one, that's cheaper. Number two, that tends to be almost just as fast as priority mail. In many cases, it might even be faster. So this situation really only applies to items that you would ship via priority mail. And again, for much larger, heavier items, I tend towards FedEx Ground or maybe UPS Ground for those items. But there are lots of items that need to go up via priority mail because they're in that sort of mid-level of weight and size where they can't go via first class, and they're not really large enough to necessarily merit going UPS Ground or FedEx Ground. Now, my second tip with regards to shipping is that if you're going to ship something via priority mail, don't use the built-in eBay/PayPal shipping for that. Only use the built-in eBay/PayPal shipping for first class items or items that are going Parcel Select. The reason I say that is because many of you probably have a cashback credit card where you get a certain percentage of cash back on all purchases. We can actually use that on USPS.com, and you can get cash back on your priority mail shipments. So that's what I do. I've got a credit card that gives 2% cash back on all purchases. So I use that at UPS.com, and I'm able to get 2% cash back on my priority mail shipments. Now that may not sound like a lot, but over the course of a year, depending on how much shipping you do, that can really add up. For some people it could be over $100, or it could even be several $100s if you're doing a high volume amount of shipping. So anytime I ship priority mail, I don't use the PayPal eBay shipping. I go straight to USPS.com and create and print my shipping label from there, and I can pay for it using my credit card that gives me cash back. The third selling tip that I have is with regards to feedback and when to leave feedback. If you're a seller that doesn't constantly have items listed and just sells in spurts, maybe once a month or every few weeks or something like that, it's really best to leave all your feedback right before you list new items. So maybe a week before or a few days before. This way, oftentimes buyers will see that they have received feedback and they will leave you reciprocal feedback after they receive feedback. And when they do that, that way you can have more recent feedback when you list new listings. So potential buyers seeing your new listings will see that you have recent feedback, which is really good. If you have a lot of old feedback and don't have any recent feedback, potential buyers might be less inclined to buy from you. Whereas somebody browsing your eBay listings, seeing a lot of recent feedback is, a net positive for you. So I hope you find these eBay tips and tricks helpful. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. And I'll see you in my next video. Take care, everyone.